It is very nice to greet you again. In today's video we will talk about the following. How to stimulate appetite in sick dogs and puppies. If your dog simply doesn't want dinner and skips meals, there's something to watch and check, but it's probably not a cause for concern. If he devours breakfast as if he hasn't eaten in a week, whatever was bothering him is over and he's fine. If he skips meals for a day, and especially if he seems a little lethargic or unwell, he may be suffering from an illness. Pay attention to the symptoms of more serious illnesses, but if it's only for a day, you just need to observe him and see if he feels better the next day. If your pet skips meals for 2 days, you should be concerned enough to take him to the vet. How to get a sick puppy to eat. If your pet doesn't want to eat, but clearly needs to, there are ways to make food more appealing or more palatable to help him eat. Even a little food is better than nothing. Here are some options you can try. Mix in a high-value food. One of the most common ways to help your furry friend eat is to add something more appealing. We mean something tasty, with a wonderful aroma, something they'll love. Chicken, beef, and even a little bacon can be perfect. Ideally, avoid anything too fatty, as it can cause digestive problems. Ideally, the most potent and appealing treat mixed into their food will encourage them to eat. If they still refuse, you should definitely consider taking them to the vet. It's more about reminding them that food is good. Just be careful. You don't want to accidentally teach your dog to avoid eating and prefer treats. Try a softer food. If your pet won't eat due to some kind of pain in their mouth or teeth, the thought of chewing hard kibble will be enough to discourage them from trying to eat. If you've ever had a severe toothache, you probably know exactly what's going on in your dog's head. The obvious solution is to try soft foods. There are several ways to do this. First, you can soften their kibble by mixing it with water or simple broth and letting it absorb. A softer kibble is easier to eat. Second, you can use a softer-based food, such as ground beef or chicken. If you're in a hurry, you can even try something like cooked and mashed carrots or even baby food. Warning: if you want to use broth to stimulate your pet's appetite, be sure to choose a healthy one. Many broths are for humans and contain ingredients like high sodium content, onions, garlic, and some spices that can be dangerous for dogs. Also, you should take your dog in for a dental checkup as soon as possible. After all, you don't want a dental injury to get worse. Try some exercise. Disease feeds on itself. When you're sick, you don't feel well, you lack energy, and it even hurts to move. But the less you move, the more stagnant you become, the less healthy your body is overall, and the more an illness can worsen. Of course, this also applies to our canine companions. So, try taking your furry friend for a walk. Even something as simple as a leisurely stroll in the yard can be enough to get them up and moving, get their blood circulating, their juices flowing, make them go to the bathroom, and generally stimulate their appetite enough to eat, even if it's only half of their usual meal. Try hand feeding. Another option is to turn illness into a time of comfort and connection by curling up on the floor with your dog and a food bowl, feeding them a couple of kibbles at a time. Hand feeding them can be comforting enough to get them trying to eat, and once they eat a little, they may get hungry again and start eating from the bowl with you. In more extreme cases, you may need liquid food and syringe feeding. However, if you've reached this point, you should usually take your pet to the vet. Appetite stimulants prescribed by your vet can also help. If your pet won't eat and is clearly ill, you may want to see your vet. Your vet may prescribe certain appetite stimulants. Make sure you give them the right dosage and see if it helps them get hungrier. With luck, 1 or 2 applications might be enough to start, and the nutrient infusion will help combat whatever issues they're having. Regardless of the options you choose, there are many ways to encourage your pet to eat. Only if they consistently resist all efforts to feed them, if they can't keep food down at all, or if they're showing symptoms of a more serious illness, should you take them to the vet immediately. It is a pleasure to inform you and help you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you should do it now. Take care of yourself and your furry friend. A hug, and until the next video.